Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Freshwater Scrubs. And as you all know, that I love fish. And one question that I get asked a lot is why do you like fish so much? Now at first glance, this seems like kind of a weird and foolish question to ask someone, but on second thought, it is actually quite reasonable for someone who doesn't keep fish to ask this question, as fish is commonly assumed to be this very easy, carefree, and a pet does not require any maintenance. But the reality is completely opposite. Fish keeping, in fact, is considered to be one of the most complicated pet keeping hobbies, as it taps deeply into many different branches of science, mainly chemistry and biology. And also, people think that fish is a boring pet. And to be honest, that is quite understandable, as, well, you can't really interact with fish like you can do with dogs or cats, and you can't really play with them, and people just think that, they just swims around, they don't really have emotions, so there really isn't that much more to fish keeping, at least they think. But in reality, fish keeping is not only about keeping the fish. In fact, fish keeping is many things. Fish keeping, most notably, is a form of art, as aquascaping. Aquascaping combines art and design with fish keeping and plant keeping, therefore requiring the scaper to have extensive knowledge in all of these areas in order to make it a success. And that is also the reason why it's quite hard for a beginner who has no experience in this area to create a satisfied aquascape, as well, there really isn't this defined formula that you can follow. You really have to go through this trial and error stage in order to get everything right. And this is the part where lots of beginner fish keeper gets discouraged, as, well, maybe your scape kept falling apart, your plants keep dying, there's like algae outbreak, and just nothing is really good. But for those who persevered and succeeded, your scape, well, most notably, the ones created by professional, experienced, skilled aquascapers such as George Farmer and the Fish Tank, the work is a masterpiece. It is far more than just an aquarium. It is a form of art. Aquascaping is often inspired by the unparalleled beauty of nature, and that is why it is so calming and so pleasing to watch, because it's like having this miniature lush forest inside a small glass tank. it is truly spectacular what experienced aquascaper can achieve with a simple glass tank and turn it to a thing that is far more than just a simple glass tank. And I think that is why I like fish keeping, because it seems so simple at first, but once you start to dig into it, you will find that it's so much more than just a boring, easy pet to keep. And I believe if you start to dig deeper in there, you will also fall in love with fish keeping. Well, wow, that's a pretty short episode, but I hope that answers the question about why I and many other aquarists like fish keeping so much. And just a side note, it's scorching hot here in Vancouver. The tank is literally overheating without the heater, so that might be a problem. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, get new videos. I don't know what you're expecting. And then also, I turn on the blue light of the aquarium as I find the camera just focus better when the blue light is on, and so you guys don't just see this blur of white halo of light. That's not good. So yeah, this is it for today's episode of Freshwater Scrub, and I'll see you next time. Yay! Also, the Lugwigia, not the Lugwigia, I keep saying Lugwigia. The Rotala rotundifolia that I got from Maple's Aquarium a while ago, yeah, it's doing fantastic. It's, well, not dying, which is obviously good, and I'm not sure if you guys can see on the camera, but like, here, yeah, those tiny shoots, the tiny green, more bright green shoots, well, not really shoots, leaves, they're new growths, they're new stems, and I hope when they grow a little bit longer, I can maybe trim them off and replant them. That's how you can plant stem plants. You can just cut them and plant them again, so that's convenient. Yeah, and also the tank's kind of dirty. After I planted the Rotala, not Wigia, after I planted the Rotala, the algae kind of came back. I probably should have maybe quarantined the plant before putting them in, but that's too late to regret about that, but I think I'll be able to handle it. I handled algae outbreak once before, so I think I'll be able to do it again.